Hello, my friends, and welcome to a very special edition of the Meerkat Musings YouTube series, whereupon I reflect upon 10 years of Meerkat Musings, encompassing, of course, the website meerkatmusings.co.uk, which is where you'll find the vast majority of my content. But I figured it also should include the YouTube channel and the podcast, and basically all things Meerkat Musings over the span of the past decade. And it's kind of like, wow, I can't believe it's been 10 years since Meerkat Musings came about. It's not been 10 years since I've had a blog presence, shall we say, on the internet. I've had prior websites. There was actually, I guess you could say, there was like a kind of a prior version of Meerkat Musings in some respects, which was on Wix for a short period of time. But it's been 10 years since meerkatmusings.co.uk came into being, and you could say realistically that was the point where my blogging life really kind of took off, and that was the point where I began to make friends through my blogging, and I dare say I made some adversaries as well over the course of the past 10 years. People who I maybe have come to liken as being sparring partners, perhaps. And, I've certainly had many interesting conversations and discussions and arguments and debates over the course of the past 10 years. Plenty has gone on, which has given me reason to think and cause to smile. And it's been fun. It's been a fun 10 years of experiences and writing posts and thinking of ideas, and in many respects, if it wasn't for Meerkat Musings and the journey that this blog has set me on, I don't think I would be a published author. So I think I owe Meerkat Musings that journey. And as I say, I've met some wonderful people through this process as well. Too many to kind of start giving shout outs to via video, but on the blog itself, I do mention several people, and forgive me, I can't mention everybody because it would just make the post far too long. But all of you that have kind of, I guess, been part of this journey with me, you all matter to me in some way, shape or form. And you know what? In some respects, I even included that the adversaries, the sparring partners, because they have provided a measure of stimulation, shall we say, to proceedings. They've provided inspiration at times for posts and for thoughts and for comments. And the whole thing is a tapestry of experiences and of sharing those experiences and those thoughts and those ideas and those arguments with everyone. And thank you, therefore, to, as I say, to all of you in one way, shape or form. I've been thinking a bit about what the next stages are, really, for Meerkat Musings, but I think I'll just carry on pretty much as I've been doing, really, because I enjoy it as it is. Hopefully you, the reader, enjoy the content as it is. Of course, I always welcome ideas and thoughts and comments, so do feel free to throw some at me. I'm not necessarily going to agree with everything that comes my way, but I'll take a look and I'll listen, because that only seems fair. And yeah, it just becomes a question of, what will this site look like in another 5 years, another 10 years? Will I still be doing this in another 5 or 10 years? I hope so, because as I say, I certainly enjoy it right now. Who knows what the evolution will be of Meerkat Musings in that time. And who knows what the evolution will be of the internet in that time, of course. Perhaps I'll be doing more virtual reality content by then. Who knows? It's hard to perceive that right now, but it's all things are possible. Of course, in this big wide world, and with progress in technology. But yeah, it's been 10 years of, as I say, quite the journey, with lots and lots of posts about various subjects: work, religion, politics, society in general terms, Formula One, football, my personal experiences as a father, my experiences as a husband, as a friend, as a brother, as a son. All of it is there in some way, shape or form. I mean, of course, I don't reveal everything about everything. I don't think that's necessarily the most prudent thing to do on a blog. Each to their own, of course, with that one. But I'd like to think I've shared something of myself with readers over the last 10 years. Perhaps, hopefully, you have an idea as to where I stand on certain things, and you've seen perhaps an evolution in some respects of where I stand on certain things as well, because obviously over the course of 10 years someone's views and ideas can change, which is normal, and I think perfectly acceptable for people to change their minds on things, especially after 10 years of experiences and information. So hopefully you've seen some of that in me over the last 10 years, and I hope that you will stick around for however long I wind up doing Meerkat Musings. It's been a rollercoaster ride filled with lots of fun and emotion and all sorts of chaos over the last 10 years, and may there be many, many more years to come. And I hope that you, my dear readers and dear listeners, will be there for the next chapter of my blog. I love you all.